Hey, what's up guys, Mr. here, and this is, as I promised I would be doing a, tutorial video how to make a simple gunshot in Camtasia Studio 8. So let's get right into this. First thing you're gonna need, obviously, is Camtasia Studio 8. Next thing what you're gonna do, you wanna go into the description below, download this raw file called Muzzle Flash. You wanna go ahead and extract this, take everything in here, and just drag it to your desktop. So just boop, and just place it there on your desktop or wherever you want. It's up to you. Once you got that in the place you want, just just put it there however you want, and then go ahead and open up Camtasia Studio 8. Now you are gonna need obviously a clip of your actor pretending to shoot a gun, so I'm gonna go ahead and import that footage in right now. Now I'm going to be using the same footage as the last tutorial that I did, which is the footage from the short film I did called Battlefield. So scene 9. Let's do scene 9. That's what I did last time. If I can find scene 9. Okay then. Okay, we can use scene 11. This is, basically like a crossfire thing. So I'm not sure exactly which one this is. So let me go on into my properties. Sorry about this, guys. June 26, modified June 26, and this one should have a different modification date, June 28th. So this is it right here. That's the one we want. That's once you got your clip in, you're gonna go ahead and just drag it down to the timeline down here. This is gonna pop up what size you want your video to be. Just hit the drop down menu, and since we want to run this in 720p, which is HD, just hit mark 1280 by 720p, or you can type it in manually. Now, if your footage that you recorded isn't at 720p, like this, I recorded in 480, you're gonna want to just drag the edges. I like having a bigger workspace here. Just want to drag the edges to the yellow lines that you see pop up. And we have it like that. But I recommend if you record with your camera, put it in the highest quality that it can go. So let's just play through this.
Quiet on set.
Right on here.
Let me stabilize.
I'm being like this. And again,
alright, ready? Action.
So I'm gonna trim it up to there. So you can do this by either clicking on it and hitting this button right here, or you can just drag it up to here like that. Click and hold it and bring it over here. So now we should have just this.
Be careful.
So that's our footage. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna focus on Brandon, which is my friend. So we're gonna go frame by frame. I'm using this key by here to go step forward frame by frame, and we're gonna go to right before he shoots. We're paying attention to him over here, and since he shoots first, I guess we can focus on him. So right there is when he shoots. So he shoots right there, and that's when he goes up. So we're gonna go to this frame right here. Then we're gonna go ahead and import the muzzle flash that we have on our desktop. I'm gonna scroll down to this right here. So we're gonna go ahead and drag this in right here. There we have it right here. Now what you wanna do, you wanna go up here and hit the crop tool and just crop this out like this. You can crop it out a little bit more, the excess like that, and then you wanna go ahead and unmark it. Now what you wanna do, you're gonna wanna zoom in a fair amount, and you wanna go one frame and then another frame. Click on the clip, hit split, and then right click on this and hit delete. Now you can zoom back out. Now what you want to do, actually you will need to zoom in. Hit the clip, go on to more, visual properties. Now visual properties might already be on here, but if it's not, just hit more and go into visual properties. Now you will need Camtasia Studio. I think it's the one that allows you chroma key is 8. Yeah, you're gonna need Camtasia Studio version 8.1.1 and up. That's the lowest you can be, because in 8 you're not allowed to chroma key or remove colors, what they call it. Now you're gonna want to go to right there where you see it, hit remove a color. Now right away it should be marked on green. Just put everything down to softness, leave different where it is. You just want to go ahead and select color and just select the one it is. Now under tolerance, you're gonna wanna, that's what keys out the green more. So you're gonna wanna bring that up until you got a pretty good chroma key. Give it some softness, well, not too much. We can bring this out a little and give it some more softness around the edges, and bring this in like so. You can just play around with these settings until you have something that you feel looks good. I'm gonna go with that. You can mess around with the hue. Oh no, I don't like that. Alright, so basically that's it. Now next what you wanna go, you wanna go click on this, and this is the I don't think, as far as I know, I don't really think there's a way to rotate, so just go like this, or something like that. Oh, actually, you can rotate it by clicking here and go like that. So just go and resize it. This is where it comes out. Let me go to the very first frame, right there when he shoots. Alright, so this is where it goes. So once you have that in, we see, oops, my bad, I apologize. Now we see in this frame he goes up like that, so we're gonna go back to visual properties. Then we're gonna go down to, actually, to add animation. So right there, that's a keyframe right there, so you want to go and just move that up, and perfect. So if we play through it, it just follows it for that, for those 2 frames. So when we hit play, it should be instant. So just like that. And I think we can just decrease this by a little bit, and see how that looks like. Yep, I think it's better like that. So if we go frame by frame, it looks better, a little bit better. Now that we have that done, oops, sorry about that. Now that we have that done, we're gonna focus on him over here. We have to go right before he shoots, which is right there. So right there is right before he shoots. You're gonna want to do the exact same thing. Add it in. Make it a frame. Long, split the clip. Right click on the X, says hit delete. Hit down here, go into visual properties. Scroll on down, hit remove a color. Now, well, you're gonna want to go ahead and hit the crop tool up here, bring it down. Now since we already adjusted the settings for the first one, you shouldn't have to adjust any of the settings. Everything should be just fine. So we can just adjust this as close as possible now. And you can do the other thing with the other one. So unmark the crop tool, and there we got it. So now this one we are gonna have to invert. So we're gonna wanna go ahead and oops. You are gonna wanna take this right here, bring it this way. There we go. It's basically inverted. And this is actually the perfect size for this gun. So if you go frame by frame, that's perfect. So if you watch it now, it's basically like Crossfire. Oops, I don't think I saw that one. So yeah, that's that. Alright, sorry about guys, I had a little interruption. So again, let's play through it, and I still don't see that one. Let's go frame by frame. So let's start here, frame by frame. He shoots. So yeah, that should be looking exactly how we want it. Now we're gonna focus on the blood splatters. So about there is where they get both shots. So I'm gonna go right to where so he gets it first. So we're gonna want to go back into our clip bin. Now we're gonna want to go import media and go back to your desktop and look for the blood splatter. Now that we have that in, we're gonna have to go ahead and drag that to the timeline. Just drag it above here to automatically create a new track. Now this should be a little bit easier to maneuver. You can zoom out a bit. Alright, so I'm just gonna go like this. Just roughly estimate to where it could be. So I'm gonna go frame, or let me match it up right now. I'm gonna go frame by frame, and whoa, okay. That's not the one I want to use. You can find whichever one you want to use. I'm just gonna look for the one I usually use. So boom. Okay, there we go. That's the one I use. So I'm gonna go right there to right there to where it starts. I'm just gonna trim it like that. I'm gonna come back over here, zoom in, and go to the part where he gets hit, which is right about. This is the rough part of doing a crossfire thing. Now, if you're not doing a crossfire thing and just making them shoot, then you're done with the tutorial. Now, if you're making him shoot a person, you want the blood splatter, then just keep watching the video. So he gets shot around there. So we're gonna bring this over here. Now you wanna do go to visual properties, scroll down to remove a color. Now it should key out just fine without any problems. So you're gonna just like scale this down, flip it like that, and then just add it in to wherever it is he is getting wounded, which is about there. So right there is actually pretty good. So now that we have his in, we're gonna go up to the part where it's the blood. We can see it a little bit there still, so we're gonna just go up to the part where we don't see the blood anymore, which is right about there. We're gonna click it again, hit split, delete the excess, and we're gonna click on this, right click and hit copy. Now we're gonna go over here, hit the plus button. Then we're gonna find the area where our second actor gets hit. So if he gets hit there, he should get hit right about there. So we're just gonna control V, and it should paste it right there. So what you want to do now is mark that, just move it away, and just flip it. So you can just rotate it to how it's supposed to be. So about like that, and just go to where he would get shot, which is about here. Now if we go frame by frame on everything, we should go let me just unmark it, go bam, he gets shot, they shoot, he gets blood splatter. It might lag Camtasia a little bit, no worries. He gets his shot, he gets his shot, he falls, and then he falls down. So this is a little bit quicker than Tony Vegas, but I still in Tony Vegas I recommend doing it. I would recommend using Tony Vegas. So now we're just gonna move on to rendering. Now all you have to do is add in the sound effects that comes with the RAR file. I'm not gonna really do it since it's pretty self-explanatory. So I'll leave an annotation so you can skip a little bit ahead. To skip if you already know how to do this. But for those of you that don't, I'm gonna show you how to import the sound effects in. So you're gonna go to import media, obviously. Scroll down to the thing that comes with in the RAR file compressed. Just import that in right here to automatically create a new track. You want to go ahead and right click on this and hit separate video from audio. Now you're gonna want to right click on this track and hit remove track. Hit yes. Now that leaves you with just the audio. So now you're just gonna wanna trim it until the point where it starts. So right about here is where it starts. This is about where the first gunshot is. So I'm gonna trim it to about there. Now there are multiple gunshots in there. There's rapid fire too if you're doing a rapid fire. I will be covering that in the next tutorial. But once you find the point, you're gonna want to start it like about a frame right after he shoots. So in that second frame, you're gonna want to put it there because the vision is quicker than sound. That's basic science for you. Now if we play it, that's super loud. So what we're gonna want to do, since this is mainly meant for the shotgun, we're gonna go click on this, hit audio. Now we're gonna see this bar come up. We're just gonna lower this around there. Now what we're gonna go ahead and do is come on over here, hit split clip over here, delete the excess. We're gonna go ahead and copy this, add a new track, and control V. Now we're gonna bring this up around here. Now we're gonna find where the second where the second shot is fired. So a little bit more back. So right there, we're gonna go one frame afterwards. or just like that. It should line up evenly. So now when we can bring this one up a little bit more. So now when we play, it sounds a little bit weird. So I would recommend spacing it out a little bit more. That sounds a little bit better. So if we play it again, go frame by frame, we see the bullet, you hear the sound, see the bullet, we hear the sound, blood splatter, blood splatter. So that's basically on how you add all the stuff in. Now we're gonna go into rendering it. Now I recommend doing this when rendering anything at all, especially if you want it in HD. You're gonna want to make sure up here, and when you click it, it says 720 by 80p, and all the footage, with the main footage that's being seen is up to all the edges, so you don't have any black lines. Now if you want black lines like in the movie thing, like you can do that and then bring it up and then like just like eyeball it or something. That seems about okay. Now what you want to go do is to render it out. I recommend watching it over first. For example, if it's like a longer thing, I recommend watching all of it over. But if it's just something like this, it'll render out pretty fast. So you want to go up here to hit produce and share. Now you can upload this straight to YouTube, but I would recommend going down here to custom production settings. Now some of you may be asking, why not just click MP4 with video player up to 720 or MP4 only up to 720? I find this is easier. So once you hit that, it should say dimensions 1280 by 720. If you've done it right, typing in the different dimensions, go on and hit next. Now yours might be marked under this. You wanna go ahead and mark WMV. Now this right here is basically read by any editing program, any video program, and it'll upload to YouTube just fine. Now you can save it as an AVI file. I just use WMV. It's up to you, whatever you decide. AVI will be accepted too. So once you pick the one you want, AVI or WMV or MOV, QuickTime Movie, hit next. On the profiles, just leave it on the way it is, recommended. Hit next. Make sure it says custom size, maintain aspect ratio, next. Now here you don't want anything marked here. You don't want SCORM. Now if you want a watermark at the bottom of a video, YouTube can do this, but if then someone downloads the video, it's not gonna have that watermark. So if you want to add the watermark, hit include watermark, hit options, find whatever picture you want. So I'm just gonna put something random. I'll just put my logo in. So you want to go ahead and open that up. You can hit use transparent color, or just bring the opacity up all the way, or just drop the opacity by a little bit so it's just barely there. You can change the position. You can change the size of it. You just hit OK, but I'm not going to be using a watermark. So that's basically all you'd have to do. Now down here where it says HTML, make sure that is unmarked. You do not want that. So after that, hit next. Actually up here for video information, you don't really have to worry about this either. Basically unless you want the watermark, just leave all of this unmarked. So hit next. Now it's gonna ask you for production name. That's basically the title of your video, and folder. So if you want to save to your desktop or somewhere else, you're gonna want to go ahead and hit this right here and just browse wherever you want to save. I'm just gonna save it to my desktop. Hit save. Title it whatever you want. So tutorial is what I'm titling this. Make sure you leave the .wmv at the end. It's not gonna affect the title name at all. It's just so it's there. Now you're gonna have these two marked. You might have this marked. If you have this marked, I would recommend unmarking this, because this will put it into a folder, and it's easier if you just have the video there. Now upload video by FTP, you don't really need that marked. Now under here where it says preview, you don't have to worry about that. Now these two show production results. This basically will take you back to Camtasia. A window like this will pop up saying complete, render complete. It'll say all the settings that you had. And this right here, play video after production before upload. This, so for example, if you were uploading to YouTube, it'll play it before it uploads it. And also even if you're not uploading it to YouTube, once you render it out, it'll automatically play it. So I recommend having those two highlighted. Go ahead and hit finish. and you'll have a window pop up like this. Now this shouldn't take that much time. Nope, mine's for you, depending on how fast your computer is, will depend on how fast it renders out. So already mine's at 14%. So I'm gonna pause the video here and I'll come back when it's done. Alright, so my video is just about done, 94.8%. That literally took me no time at all. You can just like look at the clock down here. Before, right when I started, right when it ended. I think that was about a minute or so. I don't know. So once it finishes, since I just have it on my desktop, you see it pop up right away. Now you might have on your mouse it might say loading or something. So you're gonna see Camtasia pop right back up. So just well, first you'll see the video pop up. So let's just wait for this to open up so I can pause it. Perfect. So also you can have this pop up production results. It'll say like file created, to where it saved it to, the content duration, the size of it, how many megabytes, the size of the format, which is at 1280 by 720, that's HD, and all this other stuff. You don't really have to worry about that. Now you can create a production preset. So you can name this like HD render, and like use this. So basically if you do that and hit OK, and then hit finish, for example, if I go to render now, there will be one here that says HD render, and then it'll just go to the very end. So you can have one already set, so that way you don't have to, for example, when you click this one, hit next, hit next, hit next, hit next, and go to the very end. So you can have ones already set. So after you go and finish doing that X out, hit save changes to your product just in case you need to edit some stuff. I don't need to do this, and your video should have popped up, so you can just play through it.
Careful.
And there you have it. There's your video. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, don't forget to like, comment below, subscribe below, share with your friends. It's been like a 20-minute long video. Sorry about that, guys. But it's pretty simple. I did this all in about 20 minutes. Well, talking, guide you through it. As you keep doing this on and on, you get faster at it. I can do this in under 5 minutes. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, stay magical. Peace.